Take My Wife, Sleaze is definitely one of the episodes of The Simpsons where I don't really know how I feel. I didn't hate it, it's not one of my favourites, and I think IMDb kind of agrees, as it's got 7.1 out of 10, which for a Simpsons episode is definitely not that good. It was released in the 11th season. It's the 8th episode of the 11th season, directed by Neil Affleck. And this is all about bikers. Now, I'm not a big fan of motorbikes, so I'm aware that maybe if I was, I'd get more out of it. But that's not to say I didn't enjoy the narrative. Homer wins this motorcycle and he ends up forming this group. I have to say also the scene that leads him to win the motorcycle, absolutely love it. I won't say what it involves, but that bit I did think was very well executed and very well done. But he forms a gang with some of his friends, Mo and Flanders, interestingly, and Lenny and Carl, and they end up taking a name from a real gang. Accidentally, of course, but this real gang, the real Hell Satans, comes along and says, no, you cannot use our gang name. We are going to come after you, and to do this, we're going to steal your wife. They're going to steal Marge. And Marge definitely has an interesting role to play. We get to see her in different kinds of situations and utilising her skills in environments that she normally wouldn't. And I just love the way she interacts with the bikers. I think it's maybe not what I was expecting, so that worked quite well for me. We also have a great voice cast, including John Goodman, who plays a character called Meathook. Henry Winkler is Ramrod. So there's nothing about this that didn't work. The build-up is just as good as the main narrative. The events that leading up to Homer getting this motorcycle, I thought, actually, I probably enjoyed that more than once the main narrative kicked in, which is not usually the case. But once we got to meet the real Hell's Satans, I think that's what they're called. Yeah, I didn't love it at that point, but I didn't hate it. I just wasn't that interested. But then, once Marge kind of came into her own, I thought, actually, yeah, there are bits of this that I liked. So it's very much a middle of the road, on the fence kind of episode. Didn't hate it, didn't love it. Definitely some things about it that I liked. Nothing specific about it that I would change. So if I'm watching The Simpsons, I'm not going to skip it. There are very few episodes of The Simpsons I would skip, if any, to be perfectly honest. But definitely, if I'm in the mood for The Simpsons and I'm looking for an episode to watch, Take My Wife, Sleaze is not the first one I'm going to go to.